Hey guys, it's Kelly. I got like 20 minutes on my lunch hour and I thought I would try to do a really quick art journal page. Thought I was recording when I made this background, but I wasn't. Here's what I did. It's so simple. Super quick video. I squish it down. It's Oxide Villainous Potion. I sprayed it with some water, and then I curled it like this because I just wanted it mainly in this area. I kind of messed up, but it doesn't matter. And then I just kind of did that, and then I dried it, and that's how I got with that. I kind of like it. So, and I also pulled out Vintage Photo and Ground Espresso for my Distress Oxides, and we're going to see what happens. So, I got some other purples that I might want to play with here, so let me take a look and see. Oh, that's not purples. I don't have a whole lot of purple. I got some Seedless Preserve. That might be good. It's a little lighter. I might use it. I'm not sure. But before I introduce any other colors, I'm just going to take this old stamp. It was on a wood block. I tried to glue it down so it wouldn't be sticky. This is my favorite. It doesn't actually say anything. It's just like weird scripting, and I really like that for my art journaling. So I'm just going to do that randomly here and there. I want it very imperfect. Just like that. Same color. I didn't introduce anything different, but it sure looks different, doesn't it? So I'm going to have to be careful because this is all oxide. So everything will move if I get it wet. So I don't want to do that. And I don't really have a plan here other than I knew I wanted to play with my Villainous Potion. So that was really my only plan. I know that I'm going to use some Vintage Photo, and then this is the ephemera pack from Vicki Papineau's Welcome Home that I'm just addicted to. I just love this. And I saw the purples in here and thought, oh my gosh, that would be so perfect. So I'll probably play with some of the ephemera in here. And the whole point of today is I literally only have a few minutes. So I want to see what I can get done with just a few minutes of time. So we will see. I might have to pour everything out just to see what I want to do, because then I'll sit and fuss over what I'm going to use. But I love these little flowers. I can't use that. I love the flowers and all that good stuff. So I'll find something to play with if that won't work. And I will use, I always forget to put them on these things. I actually remember to leave them out and then I forget to use them. So I want to bring it in a little bit further. Can't go wrong with Vintage Photo. Ever, ever, ever. Love it. So I'm just angling it. For those that don't know, this is something that probably so many people know. But if you angle it like this, it winds up having less splotchiness. I like it to be nice and smooth and just look like a shadow. Sometimes those little pieces will catch. I just don't care. It's your art journal. There's no, art journal hall monitor that's going to show up and say you did it wrong. So just do it. Just do it and enjoy the process. I love that. Okay. I think I want to put, this is pretty vibrant. So this is dark. Not sure what I want to do. We'll see. So I'm going to spill all my ephemera out and see what tickles my fancy to put on here. And this is going to be around not enough time in your life, right? We never have enough time to do the things that we love and the things that bring us joy. But it's important and we need to make time. I like that. But you can't always find it. So I got some flower pots down here. Could do that. This, I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to fussy. I like these cups, but they're a little bit too small for what I've got here. And watch, this one will be too big. So I'm going to cut that sucker out. I got 10 minutes. Go quick like lightning. What I love about this this paper collection is that you can get the similar items, similar images in different sizes. And to me, I love that because I like to make cards. I like to do art journaling. I gotta stop doing it like this. Hold on. I like to do art journaling, making cards, all kinds of things. And when I've got different scalable images, different sizes, that gives me just more options. So some of them are already pre-cut, like in the ephemera, and then you got the really thick ones in the die cuts. And I don't know, I really, really love the images in this. It's nice and springy, and it's comforting, just like it says, you know, welcome home. So it's all about comfort, and I like it. So hopefully I can have enough time to get this done and wind up loving it. I need to do some splatters. Signature thing. I'm going to save that little butterfly for later. So cute. Yeah, I'm not very good at fussy cutting, especially when I'm trying to hurry, and I'm really going to jack it up. But it is what it is. And I leave the little white on the outside just because that makes it a little bit less forgiving to fussy cut. And there's some white in the background here, so it's going to blend quite nicely, I think. Of course, I will ink this on the outside with some Vintage Photo just to have it a little shadow on there. I think that'll help. But I'm not going to freak out if this isn't perfect, because again, there's no art journal hall monitor that's going to show up and tell me I did it wrong. I'm always open to suggestions, positive feedback in my comments. But, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Didn't your mama tell you that? I wouldn't listen anyway if anybody wants to be mean. I just don't entertain that. So there it goes. Slapping some ink on that sucker. And it definitely softens up the edges for me. I like that. That's pretty. And then I think that I had some strips in my paper from my garden. I'm really enjoying the Stemperia paper. Really, really enjoying that too. They have so many options to choose from. So really, really liking that. Let's see. That's not going to work very well. Not enough purple. Not enough complementing colors. Okay, got that one. What do I have over here? Let me see. Got some strips. I got some strips over here. This one might work. Maybe, maybe not. This is where I lose myself in the time that it takes to get this stuff done. I'm not getting something done. Oh, this is a strip that I had from I made this from prints from my jelly press. Might be a little dark, we'll see. It's just a scrap that I just found. Why not, right? Ink that sucker up. Just so it'll stand out a little bit more. I'm alright with some straight lines on this one today. I can live with that. I don't have to distress everything every time. Got that one. And I'll make 3 strips out of just this one. I'll probably stack them behind my coffee stuff. I literally had no idea what I was doing with this design today. No clue. And I might hate it. Who knows? But I got 5 minutes left before I got to get back to work. Don't have time to fuss about it too much. I kind of like that. Feel like I need something in the back there. Yeah. But I gotta glue this down because I'm gonna run out of time. So gotta make a decision. Make a decision. Where's my glue? Where's my glue? There it is. Close that up before it dries out. Stick that sucker right there. I'm going to make sure to only glue up the center so that I can tuck behind whatever clusters I decide to go with. That looks good enough to me, right about there. And this guy will go right over. I love all those different shades of the color that you get when you do those gel prints. You gotta do those. Look, it's just a strip that I had in my jar of strips. And I made it work. Gotta go here. I have to make a decision. So just gotta make it happen. I went from having no idea what I'm doing to making something that I think is turning out pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Before I put those on, I'm going to do some splatters with some ground espresso. I'm just going to take whatever, this brush will work. Oop, I'm spraying myself in the eye. Oh, that's probably a little too much, but I got to make it work. Not quite dark enough. So I will fix that right there. That is black soot. I'm just going to mix that in. And that will do it. That gets it a little bit more, a little darker. I'm running out of time. Aha! Looks pretty good. I got my little jar right here. I don't know why I just did that. Because I'm in a hurry. Gotta make sure I clean my brush. No time at all. Clean that. Haha. Microfiber cloths are the jam. You gotta have them. Very cool. That's gonna dry. And where is my bird? So this little guy, make sure I dry it. And my son is coming home. I'm going to add the bird and one of the flowers. Where'd he go? Kind of like the purple one. And I'm out of time. So I will have to come back and finish this in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back. And I'm going to save you some of the fussing around. I finally found my elements that I wanted to use. Couldn't get it done in my lunch hour. That's perfectly fine. The whole point of this is, even though you don't have time, I still got most of it done. I'll come back to it later. It's not the end of the world. Really. But we don't make any time because we're like, oh, I don't have enough time to finish it. Well, guess what? It was still sitting here for me later. It was waiting for me. There was no, you know, deadline or anything like that, which I work with deadlines at work all the time. So it's great to not have them. So these are the elements I'm going to put on here. Couple things that I did off camera was just cut these out of the Welcome Home collectibles from Vicki. Love that collection. I say it like 100 times. And I'm just using Vintage Photo, my oxide ink, just to hit the edges of these, because when I cut them out, I left a little white space, because that is just so much easier. And I think I got all these inked, except for these cute little yellow little dooley boppers. I don't know what kind of flower they are, so I'm going to call them a dooley bopper. That's how I roll. Okay. Now we got that done. And what I did also off camera, this is a tip if you guys have forgotten how to do that, or forgot to ink something on the outside, or maybe it wasn't dark enough, which was the case here. This, when I inked it with the Vintage Photo, it was not quite dark enough on the edges for me, and I wanted a little bit more shadow, but I had already glued it down. So if you've already glued it down and you're like, I wish I would have inked that with a darker color or whatever, you can just use, like, I've never done it before, I just discovered it. I'm like, gosh, I really want to go around that a little bit more. And it's not perfect, but I'm okay with that because I like the imperfect of Art Journal. I mean, look at it, you know, it's not perfect. But I just squished this down on my glass mat, and I got some Q-tips, and I just kind of squished the ink around in there, and I just lightly went around it. And then if you do what you know, I'm always telling you guys, to only glue down the middle so you can tuck things under if you want to, then you can kind of bend it and, you know, get the outsides of the images that you didn't ink enough on the outside, if that's your thing. So I did that, and I was like, oh, I want to share that little tip and trick, because it wasn't popping out enough because there wasn't enough shadow around it when I would look at it. The other thing that I like to do is if you're looking at something for too long, take a picture of it and then go back and look at it from the picture view, and you get a whole different perspective. If you're like kind of stuck, you're like, what do I need to put on there? Where's something needed? If you take a picture of it and you look at it from a different angle, it can help. Okay, so my plan is to put that little sucker there. And this little clock, again, these are from the collectibles. These things down here, these little flowers, were the ephemera, but I just cut out things from the collectibles. This thing is awesome. You guys have got to get it. And again, I don't get paid for that. It's just a product that I bought and I tried, and I like to share because it's just amazing. It's the creativity and the images. If you're into this kind of style, which I am, if you're into it, it's cool. But if you're not into it, then it's not your jam. Okay, so this, I got my butterfly. This is here, and it's about making time. This whole page, like the feel around it, is about making time to do the things that we love. So I believe that I had that there, or maybe here. Yeah, I might like it better there. And then this, that little sucker there. These are hard to grab. I think I had this guy here. And these guys are going to go down here. Like so. Just a little cluster down here on the plate. I believe this is how I liked it. Or maybe it was like this. Yeah, I like it with the yellow on each side. And then I had a leaf coming out over here. Yeah, I think that's how I had it. It's funny when you get a composition that you're like, oh, I love that, it's so perfect. And then boom, you take it off and you forget. Again, take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. Which I have a picture, but I'm recording with my phone, so I can't see it. So I'll probably just do it just like that. That seems to work for me. And then the sentiment, I'm going to do make time to create. And I have all those words in this Tim Holtz Ideology Chit Chat stickers. And I like how the craft looks on here, but it comes in craft and white, and I've used both. If you want to use the white, which would be fine on this, I could use that too. I would just ink the outsides of it. I think the craft just kind of gave it a little bit of a better look. So I'm going to start gluing down. I'm committing. With my favorite glue. Put this little sucker right there. Just like that. And just Good morning, lover. I'm doing a video.
Oh. Why is the camera there? Oh, are you using your phone?
Yep. And they can hear you. Say hi. My husband's shy. Just like that. I think he thinks I'm crazy too.
I love you.
I love you too, babe. Let me straighten that up right there. Oh, I don't. There we go. I got to tuck that in just a little bit more for my liking. But that cluster will work just fine for me. Alrighty. I like it. I like it. I think all in all, this thing took me maybe, even off camera with cutting this stuff, maybe about 35 minutes. That's not bad at all. Look, I even got dimension down here. And I'll show you what I was talking about where I want a little bit shadow here. And I can't use like my big things here. And the little tiny brushes that I have are still a little bit too much. So when I try to put it on here, I don't want cotton to get stuck on there. And it just was a little too much. So if you put it on there and then you just kind of rub it on, rub it in, then you can just kind of put a little shadow down there. It's not dry yet, but I'll hold it. But that's what I was talking about. And after you glue something down, if you've got regrets afterwards, you're like, oh, I want a shadow there. It's not too late. And literally, I mean, it's a Q-tip. There's no special tool or any special thing. Hopefully y'all got Q-tips in your arsenal of family stuff. There it goes. Not hard at all. Just a tiny little bit of a shadow. I think it makes a difference. And then if I want more shadow around the butterflies, I absolutely could. I got to keep pushing that together. Again, it's art journal. Do what you want. The freedom of it is why I love it so much. Good enough. There it is. I found it. I'm going to make it wonky. So I found Art Journal Time in the same Tim Holtz Chit Chat. I love that. That is going to work for me. I'm going to glue these suckers down all wonky just like that because as I was trying to make them straight, they weren't. Oh, you know what? They're sticking. If they're sticking on their own, then I don't have to glue them. Then it's done. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys do too. I'm having so much fun playing with this design that Vicki came up with. Absolutely love it. So put it in my book. I will put it in my book. Here are the couple. I don't think I did this page. I didn't record this page, but this was fun. This was really soothing. So I liked how that one turned out. And that's from the garden one, but we won't talk about that. And then I didn't do a video on that one either. But this one can go right here. Oh my gosh, look what I did. It's okay. Well, I need to cut it down a little bit. Well, good thing I have extra space down here, right? It works. This is the reality of when you're doing artwork and things just don't work out like you thought it was going to work out. You just improvise. Let me see where I'm at. I need to cut it right about here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's not the end of the world. I love how this turned out. So this might be painful for some, but it will work out just fine. And I'll show you. There are ways to repair your boo-boos. When you're art journaling, there really is no boo-boo. No big deal. No biggie. So that actually works out. Ironically, it actually makes it look better. Because I had too much space at the bottom. See, things all happen for a reason. And then I will use my vintage photo to finish that off at the bottom. And look, tragedy averted. No tragedy at all. There it is. So now, I didn't do that video either, I don't think. As you can see, I've been having a lot of fun with this. And I like to put on the outside, I like to do this. It literally takes just a moment to do. Oop, I gotta be careful not to get ink on the other side. It's just on the outside here, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just making sure I'm not getting that ink that you probably can't see on camera, but it's on my glass mat. The other way to do it would just be to swipe it across there, but I'm over it already. I'm already over it. I'm running out of hand sanitizer. I use hand sanitizer to clean my glass mat. It's just the quickest, easiest way to do it. Just a really cheap hand sanitizer. And that helps draw the eye in when it's on display in the book, so I like that. I'll glue that sucker down. So if you guys are new to art journaling and you want to try it, I mean, you can do it with crayons, you can do it with markers, you can do it with whatever you want. I've got quite the collection in my, because I've been doing this for a long time, and I like to do all kinds of different artsy-fartsy stuff, card making and art journaling and just home decor, stuff like that. I enjoy doing that. So I kind of invest in it. You know, I don't invest money in other stuff, so we all do whatever we want with our money. But if you want to try it, you should. It's great therapy. It's a great stress reliever, in my opinion. You can listen to music while you do it. You can just be chill. I mean, it's all whatever you want. I'm just trying to press that down. So there's no right or wrong to it. Again, there's no police that's going to come and say, you did that wrong. But it's only you being hard on yourself that's in your way. So get out of your way and get your art on. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this and that it inspired you to maybe make your own little art book. I get questions sometimes about what the size is for this one. It is about 5 1/4 by 3 1/4 or so. And that works for me. It's nice and small. You can see by my hand. Easy, easy, easy to work with. So thanks for watching, guys. More to come.